Good evening and welcome to the Knatters Knits podcast. Today is Sunday, around about the 29th, 30th of May 2016, and as you can see from outside it is actually getting darker, although you wouldn't think so just looking at the picture, but hopefully the camera's just sorted itself out now. So hello and welcome to anybody who's new to the podcast, and welcome back to all those of you who watched it before. I apologise that I've been off air for a couple of weeks. All I can say is life gets in the way. What with a false alarm with the labour, yes Rachel, come on, and busy work weeks and being absolutely shattered and having my brother coming to stay. It's been one of those sort of periods really, so I'm really sorry, but it has given me the opportunity. You can't see all the stuff I've got down here, but it gave me the opportunity to mass a few things. And I can tell you a little bit about them. So, without further ado, as this is a knitting podcast, I'm going to get on and show you some knitting, spinning, yes, there's spinning, all sorts of different things really. So, how have you all been? Have you had a good time over the last couple of weeks? I hope your life hasn't been as busy and as negative as some of mine has, but you know, it's life, isn't it? So, first of all, I want to show you, do you remember a while back, Ellie from what was the FO and I podcast, but now is Goth Heart Creations. She and I swapped and we gave each other presents when I went down to see her. Well, I've been spinning, so here's the first one. Really lovely soft yarn. It's Navajo plied. I don't know the yardage, it hasn't been washed yet, but that's it. It's more white. The reason you're getting a lot of red in the picture is I've actually got this camera on a red box, and for some strange reason it's decided to play up. It's also not happy with the lighting now. So I apologise for the fluctuating light, and there you go, it's improved again. Here's the second one. Now that one is all the blues. A little bit of purples as well. This one's come out really nice, and I'm really pleased with that one. What I'm going to do with this one, I think, is, I don't know if any of you remember, a little while ago, I actually got this from Ellie from Goth Heart Creations. That's her tag. And it's a full play. It's in her Glacier colourway. It's her basic goth, which is 75% superwash and 25% nylon. Sorry, it says 28, but I think she means 25, because otherwise it adds up to more than 100%. So that's that one, and I'm going to combine it with this one, I think, because some of the blues do actually match each other quite nicely, although you can't really see that in this picture. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to hold this double and have this in it as it's spun. I think I might make a shawl out of it, but I'm not 100% convinced at the moment, partly because I've had a bit of an issue. A little while ago I went and bought a new wool winder, you know, a ball winder that you make the balls up into when you've got a skein, which is fine, and in theory it works beautifully. However, I am excelling at yarn bath. I just I just don't know what to do. I got some really lovely merino, cashmere and nylon from Ellie in the green colourway that I showed you. It was a slime block, I think it was called, or slime base, slime bee something like that. Anyway, really lovely yarn. And so all was going well, and my brother came up and he said, oh, I'd really like a hat in that. So I said, all right, I'll make you a hat. Here is said hat. As you can see, it's a very vibrant green. And the bits that look yellow there are more white, but other than that, the colour is very vivid green. If I put it on and show you, it's not a huge hat, but he likes wearing his hats in bed and in the van and all over the place. So that's the hat for my brother. Lovely and soft. What you can't see inside, unfortunately, I have woven in the ends now, is loads and loads of ends that ended up being woven in. I had to keep splitting it because the yarn bath was so bad that the middle fell out the ball, then the outsides fell off, then the insides fell off again, and I ended up with this tangled mess, and nothing I did was going to improve it. But there's my hat from my brother. It's just a basic 130 something. I think maybe 132 stitch. Yeah, 132 stitches round in just a pair of needles that I found, really. And that's the hat folded up. Just did it in 2x2 rib and then stocking stitch. And as you can see here, I just divided it by 12. Sorry, the lighting's letting me down a bit here. There we go. Which gives this lovely, lovely pattern if you just do it in 12s. So that's that one. So that was, again, another one of Ellie's yarns. And I do like this base. The stitch definition is nice and crisp, and the yarn is lovely and soft. Just a shame that I allowed it to go to bath when I was trying to wind it. But so that's another finished object. So that's two skeins of yarn and one hat. So that's good, isn't it? I'm really pleased with that. Now, some of you will also know that I am the chairman of our local guild of weavers, spinners and dyers. And one of the things that we're doing at the moment is running a programme that the previous committee set up. And one of the things that we're going to be doing in the near future is beads. So I found some yarn that I was spinning and decided to ply it with a whole load of beads. So it very much looks like sort of a children's playground or candy floss. And that yarn is pretty much creamy white. Sorry, it's the reflection off the red bin that I've got the camera resting on that's made this colour. All the different colours of the beads. Like that. So they're just incorporated in the Navajo ply. If you're not sure what Navajo ply is, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put a small clip of me Navajo plying at the end of this podcast, so you can see roughly what I do when I Navajo ply. So, works in progress now. Oh no, I've got another finished object. Well, sort of. I had some yarn left over from the Eiffel cowl in the puddled iron colourway from travelknitter.com. So today I've made one mitered square, and it's just a 32 that ends up as a 16 by 16, and as you can see by the middle there, a middle decrease. So that's really nice. I do like this yarn, I really do. The fact that it's so variegated is pretty. So that's another finished object. Well, so a partly finished object. Excuse me. Right, so next thing is, some of you may remember this. A very red tinge to it, but it's not quite so. It is pinks and reds, but that doesn't look anything like it's supposed to do. Now it's over. Right, so let's hold this back here and see if this helps. So I'm making out of this Crazy Zauber ball a 22.5 degrees shawl by Martina Bain, and admittedly I've only got sort of the width of a thumb done since last time. So there's my marker from last time. Oops, found it in my drink. So it's just a little bit there really. Not very much at all. But this is in reds and pinks and purples. Sorry, that lighting is really quite appalling. I wonder if I put that there. Aha! Helps a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So that's that one. So it's coming on slowly but surely, and it goes with me on my travels. And yet again I'm away this week, so it will be coming with me on my travels this week. So excuse me, sheepy mug. Even though it's May, nearly June, I'm drinking hot blackcurrant because I like it. Also, I've had far too much coffee today. I went out with a friend this afternoon called Kate, and we went to our local Starbucks and just decided to have our own little knitting group, just the two of us, which was great fun. We spent a couple of hours in there, but I've had enough caffeine for today now because I ordered myself one of those really, really huge caramel macchiatos. Very nice, but not something I should repeat in a hurry because I'm wide awake now. And as you can probably tell by the tone of my voice, a little bit hyper. Okay, so that's my finished objects, my one work in progress. As you know, I've got loads of others, but that's the only one I've actually been working on. Now, I'm a sucker for a deal, and a sucker for things that appear on Instagram or via email. Those marketers get me every single time. So as well as buying myself a pair of slippers because I saw them on Instagram, I also bought myself rather a lot of yarn. Now some of this might be coming your way, because some of it will be coming up as prizes for the next few months' draws, and I'm aware that it's only another day until the end of May and I draw again for our finished object thread. So let me show you some of this. This all came from, I paid for it, so it's, again, I'm promoting stuff that I bought rather than that the people have sent to me. But I've bought a whole load of yarn from Brownberry Yarns. They were originally from up north, but they moved the company south when some circumstances changed and it went from one owner to another. But they have yarn bundles. So what I've ended up buying is this one, which is a Lannis Stop, and it's called Verdi. It's 57% wool, 25% viscose and 18% alpaca. And I don't know if you can just about see, there's a little bit of a halo on there. And it is purple. For some strange reason I seem to like purple. So that's this one, and it's a... what weight is it? It feels like a DK. 120 metres in 50 grams, or 131 yards. Not a huge amount of yardage, but nice nonetheless. Bit of a speckled look to it. So that's that one. Then it also came with this, which again I think might be a prize. This is Artisano Aran, superfine alpaca and Peruvian Highland wool. It's very, very soft. It's colour C745 Dusk. Again, it's a purpley colour, but it's a light purple this time. And again, sorry about the lighting, it's not really helping very much at all tonight. That's nothing like the colour. So there's that one, and then another Artisano, but this one's light blue. Yes, light blue. And again, it looks more grey there, doesn't it? But it is light blue, I promise. And this is 50% alpaca and 50% wool. This one, the other one was much more undefined, if you know what I mean. The stitch definition is not going to be great with that one, whereas this one, as you can probably see, is much more definite. So there is alpaca, and yes, you can see a halo on that one, just around the edges, but that's that one. The other ones I got in part of this package were Lannis Stop, which is 100% cotton. This one's orange. Well, you can't tell that because it looks pink as opposed to that one, which is pink. They look identical, don't they? But believe me, they're nowhere near each other. I'll try and take a photograph and get the colour right at the end, but they are... oh no, you can't really see them even now. That one's orange, that one's pink. So I've got one each of those. No, not, I've got two of the orange and one of the pink, I think. This is Lannis Stop Spray. As I said, it's 100% cotton. colourway 228 and colourway 230, and there are, it's only a 30-degree wash. It doesn't say the yardage on it, so that's not helpful. But anyway, it's a bit like a tape sort of yarn, really. Not sure what to make with that. And again, this might end up as prizes. Then there were 3 skeins of this, which is Austermann Fashion and Style Step, das Original mit Aloe Vera und Jojoba Oil. 100 grams, 420 meters. And that is pinks, oranges, greys, a little bit of white as well. It's not a bad representation, although that makes my colours look more definite. They are, if I say washed denim sort of appearance, but obviously with the colours that they are, that's what that one is. So I've got 3 skeins of that. Then I have a large amount of Bergère de France. So this is Colleen, and it is 60% acrylic, 20% wool, 20% polyamide nylon. Made in France, very nice light purple, which I bought to complement this one, which is Colleen again, but this is obviously a dark purple. I don't know if you can see that very well. But I think they might make a nice outfit for the new grandbaby. Been thinking about doing an alternating sort of pattern to make it look woven, but I'm not sure yet, so that's that one. I've got 4 or 5 balls of that. Then I've got some grey, excuse me, which is colour Limail 23504 L5128. And again, I'm thinking that that and that might go quite nicely together. But colourway is not helped by the fact, that's a bit better. If I get it to concentrate on me, I'll be able to see the difference now. Yeah, there we go. So that's all my purchases, and let's put that one back as well. So as you can see, I've been spending a lot of money, but mainly because I discovered I get paid quite a bit more. Train going past in the background there. Oh, empty train. It would have made a lot more noise if you hadn't been. So that's what I've been up to, really. I have also joined, I'm sorry, I'm going to, excuse me, I've got some lilies on here that my son bought me for my birthday, and they're absolutely gorgeous, but they don't half make me sneeze. I have joined Handmade Creations' latest venture, which is something called the Shawl Society. It doesn't actually start properly until I think it's the 8th or the 9th of June. So have a look on Ravelry for that one. Helen from Curious Handmade has designed, I think it's about 6 shawls as part of this Secret Shawl Society. And they're going to be not mystery knit-alongs, because obviously mystery knit-along usually suggests that you don't know what it's going to look like till it's finished, and we will know what each one looks like as she releases the patterns. But I don't know, there's something almost sort of Sherlock Holmes about it, so it intrigued me, and I thought I'd actually have a go and subscribe to that. And it was under £10, which, if you think about it, for 6 shawl patterns is really, really good. So that's an early bird price. I don't know if it's still available at that price or not. And that included taxes, so just a little bit more with taxes. Anyway, Ravelry takes care of the taxes for you in your own area, so that's that one. And yeah, I'm quite excited about that. I think it should be quite good. Yeah, I need something to sort of boost my mojo, because as you can tell from my knitting, I haven't got very far recently, and I do need something just to boost it all up a bit. So that's what I'm up to with that one. I haven't managed to get any more designs written out. What else can I tell you about now? Chatter, really, I suppose. Last week I was teaching a brand new course for 2 days, and then I spent 3 days on a course myself. I went on a first aid course run by the Red Cross, and that was absolutely superb. It was really strange because the tutor was a man and the other 13 participants were all men. I was the only woman on the course. But being an ex-nurse, I had a bit of an advantage, so I didn't mind too much. And they were very, very lovely to me. They did try to keep the swearing down to a minimum until the very last day. And, well, boys will be boys is all I can say. Yeah, we got into a bit of a drawing competition, and male anatomy came into it, shall we say. And oh dear, no, it's too rude to put onto a podcast which is supposed to be for family viewing. But it was fun. They were a really nice bunch of men. They came from all sorts of different places. Some of them were builders, some of them worked on the railways. A couple of them worked for Northern Rail. Then there was some from one of the local regional supermarkets called Booths, work in the head office in Preston. All sorts of different walks of life, and of course me. So we had a good time. I enjoyed it. It was fascinating seeing how different people react to things. And on the very last day, I got a text with a picture of a wound that had just happened. So apparently I'm now giving first aid advice by text. Thanks, Rachel. My daughter, she's 39 weeks pregnant now, managed to drop a knife into her foot on my last day on the first aid course. She was 200 miles further south, and she was texting me for advice. I tell you couldn't make it up, you really couldn't. Anyway, needless to say that as far as I know, her foot is fine. She didn't lose any toes or anything like that. Just a bit of a drama queen with the blood, but there wasn't that much of it, although it looked like it at the time. I don't think there was. She's fine. We've had one episode with her where we thought she was in labour, and I got my bag packed and was all ready to go, and then I didn't travel down because it stopped. So I've got another week to go and then I'm on holiday, so come on kiddo, get yourself into labour, and then I can show the pictures of our brand new grandson. Hopefully either on the next podcast or the one after that. I'm really excited. I still need to get on and finish the blanket that I'm in the middle of, but you know what I'm like with finished objects, it's going to take a while. Yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. I think I'm just about getting myself settled into some sort of routine. Not even a routine, but a way of life with my new job now. I'm getting used to driving an automatic car. In fact, so much so that, oh dear, admission here, I went out in my ordinary car today, which I'm thinking of selling, and every time I got to a junction I forgot that I was supposed to use the clutch because I've been driving an automatic for so long now, and I kept stalling. So whoops, never mind. Another train then. Oh, it's a busy old night tonight, isn't it, with the trains? Yeah, so it's been an interesting few weeks. Hopefully things will quieten down a bit, although I've got a feeling with baby being fairly imminent now that I may be taking off heading down south and then coming back up north several times in the next few weeks. But no, I think we're in a good place right now. I haven't got any massive plans for anything knitting wise. I hear a lot of the podcasters talking about Stash Dash. Are you joining in Stash Dash? I haven't quite got my head around the rules, mainly because I haven't taken the time to read them. But I suppose it started, I know it's definitely started on Friday, it's now Sunday. So the hat could go in as finished items, and this blue yarn could go in as a finished item as well for that. But to be honest, I'm lazy. I can't be bothered with measuring my yardage. So I probably won't be doing that. I'm still thinking about participating in Spinzilla in October. and I wondered, would anybody else like to join me? Do you fancy making a team up? If you do, get in touch. You know where I am. I'm on Ravelry in the Knatters Knits group. I'll start a thread there, and we can see how we get on. I'm quite willing to supply some prizes and things for my group if you want. I think it might be good fun. I'm thinking about booking a week's holiday this time though, because I did manage over the 3 miles just out of my spare time. But I think I could do an awful lot more if I actually had a week's holiday, so I'm up for that. Do you fancy having a go? Would you like to join my team? If you do, there's a Spinzilla site. It's spinzilla.org, which is the big site, but there's also its own group on Ravelry as well, so you can have a look there and see what you think there too. If you are interested, then go over to the Ravelry group and leave me a message and let me know, and we'll take it from there if there's any interest. I think it would be quite nice to give them a run for their money and have a British team to win. What do you think? Excuse me. I'm planning on just having a relaxed pace summer, I think. I think I'm going to, depending on what the shawls look like from the Shawl Society, I'll make 1 or 2 possibly there. I'm thinking about trying to pick up my jumper again, the P2875 I think it was, and see if I can finish that ready for the autumn. And I'm just generally chilling a bit and enjoying my knitting a bit more, because I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself of late, and I think it's time to stop the pressure and just enjoy it. So I don't know how long I've been speaking for now, but I think it's time for me to love you and leave you. As you can see, it's a lovely, lovely evening. I think the bats are out again tonight, by the looks of things. It has been a lovely day, and there will be a lot of insects around, so I could imagine that the bats will come out tonight. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'm going to try and podcast again really soon. So thanks ever so much for taking the time to watch me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.